Hey, it's Beata from BA English Coaching, and I am today with
Sarah.
I'm so excited because we are doing an absolutely amazing lesson about
Laughing.
British humor. So, laughter is universal. It brings people together, it makes you feel better, it releases stress. What else does laughter do?
It age-proofs your brain.
Yes. So there are so many benefits. However, laughter and humor are not the same thing. Laughter is the sound
Yes.
we produce. It is the expression of joy, of amusement. Laughter is a very bonding thing.
Yes. Sorry.
Yes, it's sometimes difficult to do videos with Sarah because we do laugh a lot. Don't we?
Yeah. This is where humour comes in, but we are laughing at ourselves, which is a very particular form of humour.
Yes, and that's what we have to say.
Yeah.
That some people say they have a good sense of humor, but what does it mean to have a good sense of humor?
Anyone can laugh at a joke or anything that's obviously funny, but you haven't really got a sense of humour till you can laugh at yourself.
Yes.
Take jokes against yourself, and then that's a sense of humour.
Yes. When you move to a different country, there are many challenges, and one that is not immediately obvious is understanding the humor and knowing when to laugh and when not to laugh. And British humor is unfortunately as varied as British weather. What do we mean by this?
We laugh at so many different things in so many different ways. Some are written, some are verbal, and some are physical. Someone falls over. Sometimes that's quite funny. That's physical humour.
Mm-hmm. When it comes to British humour, the rule of thumb is that if somebody is saying something with a straight face, serious face, and it makes absolutely no sense,
I see your point, yeah.
they are probably...
It's a joke.
Yes, they are probably joking.
You don't necessarily smile to tell a joke.
I have been living in England for more than 16 years now, and I myself have made a huge effort to understand British humour. And it was all worth it. And I will tell you why. There are three things. Number one, it teaches you not to take yourself seriously.
Not be too sensitive to criticism.
Yes.
Personal remarks or teasing.
Yes. Number two, British can find humour in difficult situations, which is a good thing. When things look sad or are difficult in your life, it definitely helps to laugh. And number three, as we've said, some people say they have a good sense of humour, but they are unable to laugh at themselves. If you would like to become more British, you need to be able to laugh at yourself. So we are here to give you a crash course in the 10 types of British humour, and we will show you how to spot this kind of humour, understand it, and hopefully you will be able to use it yourself as well. Shall we start with the first one? So the first one is
banter.
Banter. What is banter, Sarah, please?
Banter is basically a jokey conversation between close friends or co-workers who know each other well, and it's the exchange of teasing remarks, but all in the name of fun, but they all have a mutual interest.
Can you please maybe give us an example to illustrate this?
An example of banter, it is a conversation between people who have worked all day together or whatever, or are close friends. And for instance, they're around the water cooler or they're in the pub after work, and one of them says, did you see that Mr. Wilcox, who's the boss or whoever, his zip was undone? And everybody noticed, but no one had told him, so that when he went home on the bus, he was made to look an idiot. And this was a mutual laugh at someone else, a third person who was not there. And this is a uniting form of humour.
Is it common for people to use banter?
Yes, it's a jokey conversation between peers. And if you go to a pub or restaurant and there's a group of, say, 6 women at a table, I always listen to that conversation.
Do you?
Yes. Sorry, not the person I'm with, because that lot are going to be a lot more entertaining because they're all chatting away about whatever
Yeah,
it is.
so next time you go to a pub, you know,
Listen to other people's
Yes,
conversations.
yeah,
That's banter.
don't listen to the person you are
Who's
with.
buying your drinks?
Number 2, teasing and taking the piss.
Yes.
The British, they use those around them as sources of humor too.
Yeah.
Oh my. Taking the piss or taking the mickey, which quite literally means to mock or make fun of someone,
Put them down.
but in a kind way.
Yeah.
It is actually a form of affection. They teases you, you know they,
Like you.
yes.
If you haven't been teased, it probably means the people you're with aren't too sure how to take you.
So maybe they don't feel close to you.
Yeah, or comfortable. Yeah.
And could you please give us an example to illustrate this?
Supposing you go out for lunch with a group of friends and you know one of them is very mean with their money, and the bill comes and they actually get their wallet out and start getting out their card. So someone at the table says, "Oh, goodness me, don't often see your wallet. Though the moths fly out when you open it up," etc., etc. That is teasing. It's a kind way of saying, you're a bit mean, but it's true and it's a joke. So it's meant kindly, but there's a point to it.
So instead of being direct and rude,
Yeah, you make
and
it into
offensive,
a joke. Yeah,
yes, you turn it into a joke.
that's teasing.
Do you think you can use it?
You know how in cars now you have to be a child has to be a certain height to sit in the front seat. My children tell me that because I'm quite short, that very soon I'm going to have to drive from the back seat. Now that's teasing. It's telling me I'm a short person and making fun of me. But it's kind and it's funny.
And you also said that it's really good that we should teach our children. And why is that?
You've got to learn how to take teasing. It'll happen at school, it'll happen at work, it'll happen all through your life. People will tease you. They mean it kindly. You've got to take it well. Don't burst into tears. And
3,
irony.
the tool of language where the meaning of a phrase is the opposite. Could you give us an example of an irony?
You have booked your tickets to go to Wimbledon to watch the tennis, and they're very expensive, and it's a hell of an effort to get on the underground to Wimbledon and all that. And you sit in your seat, you go, right. And as the players come on, it rains. And every day, the whole day's matches are cancelled. So you go home, and your partner says, "So, how was the tennis?" So you say, "Well, for 1 minute, it was good." Or the view was great. I had a nice drink. Everything but whatever. Yeah, that's irony being you made all that effort and then there was no tennis. But
If you haven't been to this tennis match,
yep, and you don't know it had been cancelled,
yes,
you would have to tell from the way I said it. Like, it was great.
so how can we spot irony? You will exaggerate.
Yes. It was absolutely brilliant. Yeah.
You will use your your facial expression, and then you will use your
tone of voice. You wouldn't say, "Oh, it was great." You'd say, "It was great," and then you know immediately they mean the opposite.
This is something, again, it's the body language.
Yeah.
It's not what you say, but it's how you say it.
Yeah. It's not what you're hearing, it's not how you're hearing it. Yeah.
And it's sometimes more important than the words we say.
Yeah.
It's how we say it.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 4.
Sarcasm.
It is a form of irony, but it is less pleasant, and it is intended to insult.
Usually not kind.
Sarcasm is a form of saying one thing, but meaning the opposite again.
Yeah.
Example?
Someone, like Beata, comes to you and says, "Do you like my new haircut?" And you think it's awful. And you say, "Did you pay money for that?"
If somebody says something like, "I love your haircut," did you actually pay for it?
Yes, that's sarcastic.
That's sarcastic. Because this is probably the worst haircut you've had.
Yeah.
What you can do, as I did during lockdown, because I had to cut my hair with clippers and it was awful. But then I said, no, I actually didn't pay for it. I did it myself. And also, I think it shows that you are able to laugh at yourself.
Yeah.
And you just have
Yeah, you're right. Ghastly, isn't it? I know, but I had to do it myself.
Yeah, that's sarcasm.
Yeah.
That's sarcasm.
It's like you mean.
If it happens to you,
Shrug it off.
and also, I think what you said is it's good, it helps when you use your wit. And this brings us to,
Wit.
yes, number 5, wit.
Yeah.
What is it?
Wit is it's a clever form of humour. Usually written, people like Oscar Wilde, Shakespeare, whoever.
Jane Austen, I think.
Jane Austen. Witty. It's a rather intellectual form of humour. It's not. You have to be very, very clever to think up a witty remark off the top of your head. A clever politician should be able to do it. A barrister, and probably an actor. But it isn't something that you'll hear very often in the pub. Well, Oscar Wilde said, "They know the price of everything, but the value of nothing." And you have to think that through and you think, he was actually being really rude in saying that person knows how much it costs, but he doesn't know what it's worth.
Yeah, you need to be able to read between the lines.
Yes.
And what helps? How can we spot it?
It's difficult.
It is.
The difference between value and price is something that you'd have to know English very well to know the difference. And that's the point of the witty remark, that there is a difference. And that's where the wit comes in. It's clever. So quite difficult to spot, I imagine, if you're struggling with English.
So we have covered 5 types of humor today, and we hope you have found it enjoyable,
Funny.
useful, funny. Like it, share it, and subscribe to our channel. Our next lesson will be on the other 5 types of humor. So yes, there's still more to come. And at the end, we can just say that, sometimes you may feel you just have to laugh, or you just have to do something to fit in. But no, you don't have to. Just be yourself. And it is something that you can't learn. It has to grow on you.
If everyone's laughing at a joke, it's not necessarily true that they're laughing at you. It could be something quite unrelated. Just assume that you just didn't understand, and that's that.
And as always, don't be the same, be awesome. But just be yourself and be authentic. Bye.
Bye.